Boom. Welcome everybody to Diamond Zone. Happy Wednesday. Excited for today and this weekend because we're going to be in Denver. Get on a plane here in a couple of hours. And we will be doing our event tonight at the Boardroom. That's in Littleton, Colorado. If you have anybody out in South Denver, that's tonight. That's just a business overview. That's all that is. And then on Thursday, we're going to be out in Longmont, and that is going to also be a business overview, as you can see on the calendar. And then Saturday is the training all day from 10 to 6, 10 to 5 probably with an hour lunch break. 9 a.m. registration, Doubletree, Hilton. So that is what's happening this weekend, guys. So if you have anybody out in the Denver market, please make sure you're contacting them or continue to prospect in that market because obviously if you have somebody, you could send them in Saturday. So just keep that in mind. Also, May 6th, we're going to be in Fort Myers, Florida. It'll be a similar lead up. We'll have two events, business overviews, and then May 6th will be the all-day training in Fort Myers. So that's going to be a great event. Also, please make sure, guys, you get your tickets for the Las Vegas event. That is something not to be missed by anybody, that's for sure, if you want to build this business. And what was my last thing that I had to talk about? That's it. Okay, that's good. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today is going to be kind of eye-opening, hopefully, for some people. Because obviously, guys, we have the extension of the volume period, and whenever that happens, you got a lot of people that run for their next ranking. And obviously, the rank guys that everybody really needs to focus in on as you go out there and build your business, the rank everybody really needs to focus in is obviously Diamond. This is where things start to happen, guys. This is where you start to really branch out from the masses. Because let's face it, when you bring people into the business, it is what it is. You got a lot of people that you've seen the training, right? If you bring in 20 people, a third do nothing, a third will incubate, and a third are going to go out there and build. Now, when we talk about that third, we're talking about people that hit diamond or above. Because diamond and above is where recognition really starts. Diamond and above is where you start to really think about, wait a minute, this is a real business. Okay, I know without a doubt if I could get to diamond and I could consistently hit that ranking every week, I know I'm going to be at about $2,000 a week in earnings. Well, if you talk about $2,000 a week for the average person, that's $8,000 a month. In the United States, 66% of the people working full-time make $50,000 a year or less. 66% of the people in the United States working full-time make $50,000 a year or less after tax income. Think about that. So just getting to that level consistently is obviously changes people's lives financially. But you know what it does? When someone gets to the diamond level, okay, it expands their vision and they go, wait a minute, I know now if I could get to diamond, I could get to double diamond. Well, what did I just do if I hit double diamond consistently? I've doubled my income. I've doubled my income. I'm now at $4,000 a week if I'm doing that consistently. And then grand diamonds. And then you could just go up the scale. But the easiest way is to understand your comp plan and to understand the value of what you're offering people. And when you look at it this way, okay, you start to think differently. Because the thing here is this. When we get involved in the business, okay, do you all understand what generates income for you? This is what you have to know. It's not just I just bring somebody in. It's you have to understand there's dollars attached to everybody you bring in. And the dollars are created by people buying a kilo and a package, by people getting on our loyalty program. And the other thing that generates dollars for your ranking are people who will buy the Biozen. Those are the only three things that generate any type of income for you. Okay, or I should say points, because the dollars that someone starts with translates into points. What I share with you here, okay, this is points done in a pay cycle, right? Now, understanding that, now what I want to show you is I want to show you that when someone buys a package, okay, I know you guys have seen this, but I want to put it on the board for you, just so you understand, when you really drive your business down, it doesn't take a lot of people to get to diamond. It really doesn't, okay? But you have to understand what you're offering people. And you got to have the mindset, well, wait a minute. If I'm going to really put somebody into business, do I want to put somebody into business that has a better chance of succeeding? Or do I just want to get them in? Well, that's your decision. And I'm going to share with you how eye-opening it is when somebody gets started correctly. So watch. If someone gets a box set, do you see this right here? This is how many points right here lives in your qualification to get to a ranking, 100 points. Okay, now I'm going to go through some stuff here, but when you look at that, what other points can be generated with the box set? If they buy the box set, well, if I add them to loyalty, there's an extra 30 points there. So just by me taking one more step, I've just increased my production 30%, right? Now I get 130. Well, if someone picks a family pack, now look what happens. It's 500 points towards your 10,000. And if I add loyalty to that, that's $50 more. See, I get 50 for a family pack towards my qualification versus 30 with the box set. So now I'm up to 550. If someone picks a premium pack, 750 sales volume plus the 50 is 800. Now watch this. Now, how many of you take the time when you bring somebody in and say, well, wait a minute, you're starting a company and the company has these products. So it would make sense if you're starting your own company, you have the products that people offer. If you add the Biozen, to any one of the packages, you're adding another 500 SV into any package. See, just understanding, it's not just get somebody involved, it's getting people involved right. Now I'm gonna illustrate this to you on what this could possibly mean, okay? Because if I go over here, right? You understand, you've seen this 1,000 times, right? All the different benefits to loyalty. Guys, take the time, please. I see some of you, because I could see when people are at it. I could see when someone just has 100 SV. I see when people have just 500 SV, which means it wasn't, you didn't sit down with the person and show the value because you just got excited because someone got involved. Okay, I understand that. But there's a time to take your business to the next level. And you take your business to the next level when you really sit down and say, wait a minute, why would I get you started? Really, why would I get you started if I'm setting you up for failure? This is the mentality you got to have, guys. And I'm going to go through why people get on loyalty. Well, I'll wait. Oh, well, listen, I understand all the excuses, but I just want you to have the right mindset to get people started right. So just go through it. And when you go through it, be excited. How many times have you seen when I do a presentation how excited I get with loyalty? Do you know why I do it? Because I understand it. And now it's just education when you sit down with a person and they're making their decision. Okay? So it's just taking the time. Now, here's what I want you guys to really look at. Okay, I got to write, so bear with me on the writing because it's hard to write on a computer. Okay? When you guys get somebody in the business, let's do red. Okay? If this is Fran, I'll just use Fran, okay? If this is Fran, what is everybody doing on a daily basis? Aren't you looking to bring in new people? Okay, so this is not you. This is your new prospect, okay? So Fran brings in a brand new person, okay? Well, that brand new person is a newborn embryo, right? They're just born. So this person is only thing this person knows is what Fran tells them. That's it. They don't know anything else. Just like if you give birth to a baby, right? All that baby knows is you. Okay, right? And all that baby knows is what you're going to tell them, and that's how a baby is raised, right? So this is why from the time your new distributor is born, right, it starts to create habits. And so this is why it's so important to get people started the correct way, right? So if you hear when I bring somebody in, there's working rules because that person needs to be set up correctly. Because whatever you do with that new person, I promise you, good or bad, they will duplicate. They will duplicate. So there's got to be working rules here, right? So what's Fran going to say? I'm going to come 50% of the way. You're going to come 50% of the way. And all we want that new person to do is what? Open up their contact base. Because don't we want this new person? Wait a minute. Don't we want this new person clear? Close. One more screen. Okay. Now I want this. Okay. Don't we want this new person to open up their contact base so we have more people to talk to? Okay, okay, now watch. When Fran brings this new person into the business, okay, Fran, we know, can generate anywhere from 100, right, to 500. This is SV now. I want you guys to watch this, to 750. Based on the package that that person chooses. So now, if Fran's goal is to get to diamond, there's 10,000 points required on the pay leg, right? I'm just going to talk about A leg right now, okay? 10,000, okay? So when I bring this new person in correctly, look how many points are generated towards that 10,000. Now, what other points can be added to this? Well, we know if she just adds the loyalty, there's an extra 30. If they add the extra loyalty, there's 50 here. And if they add an extra loyalty, there's 50 here. Right? Now, if someone goes all in, you got to look at this. Isn't there Biozen? You got to watch this now. There's Biozen. And how much business has how much volume does Biozen mean? 500, right? So I could add another 500 to each one of these volume points. So one person, guys, listen, please. One person, if you add this up, can mean from 630 points to 1,050, right? To 7, 8, 9, 12, 50 to 1,300 with one person. Now, am I not right? This is what happens. Hang on one second here. Okay, great. People are texting me and they're on the call. Okay. All right, now watch. So this is Fran bringing in a new person into the business. Look at, guys, 630 to 1,000 to 1,300. Now, I want you to look at the volume, the last 3 people you brought in equal to you. Some of you, I'm just talking because this is candid talk. Some of you bring somebody in and the most volume you're getting from that person is 100 points. From 100 to 1,300 with one person. Now, watch this. Now, Fran gets this new person started, and if this person got started the right way, let's just say this person got started here. What do you think this person is going to be comfortable and talking to their people about? Where they started. It always comes up. And they're comfortable talking about where they started because they did it. It's sort of like this. Listen, you're telling all your people to go to Las Vegas. And they go, are you going? Well, no, I'm not going, but you need to go. It doesn't match up. Right? You're going to be comfortable telling all your people to go there because you're going. You must go there. This is duplication. So if I bring this new person in correctly, and this person, and that doesn't matter where they're starting, I promise you that's what they're going to be comfortable. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of us, this is not a blame game, this is a correction. Okay, a lot of us are bringing people in and we're not getting the bang for our buck. And I'll make sure with you why I have no problem asking for the top package with everything in it. Because the value really, to me, the product is free. The value is what we're going to be sharing and how we're going to be linking arms to really show that person how to build a business. I was on the call yesterday morning with somebody who has a personal coach and pays that every month just for a coach. Okay, a person that lives out here or lives in Florida. Okay, personal coach that pays $1,300 a month for the coach. And now here we are, we're getting somebody started in a business. But see the points, guys, that live here? Now watch. Now, this person gets started. And Fran is working with this person, and this person's going to open up their contact base, right? Because what do we want this person to do? We want to get them to Team Builder. Now, if you get somebody to Team Builder, am I not taking these volume numbers and timesing it by 2? Okay, now times 2 could mean anywhere from 200, am I not right, to $2,600. So from 200, I'm just going to put this because there's a lot of writing if I do this. 200 times 2 would be, let's see, 630 times 2 would be 1280, right? So from 200 all the way up to $2,600. Just helping these. So if I got this person here and I had 2 other people, did that not mean with those 3 I got 3,900, right? You got to add this. I'm just doing the max here. You could go from there. 200, so 2,600 plus 1,300. That would be 3,900 towards my 10,000. I got 3 people started. I drove 1 person to get their 2. I got $4,000 towards my 10. And then if I took these 2 people and I just got this brand new person, Fran got this new person, and they got to Team Developer. Don't I gotta take these numbers times 4? Wouldn't that be from 2320 to watch this? 2320. People go, how'd you get 2320? Take this times 4. right? 2320 all the way up to 9450. If everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 people got the top package, I'm almost on that leg at diamond with one person getting to team developer. And some of you are duplicating this. You know how many points you're getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $700. Getting somebody to team developer, some of you are getting 700, some of you are getting 9450. Same work. I'm telling you, you have to listen to me. It's just as easy to get somebody with the top package than somebody for $100. It's the same objections. It's the same concerns. A sale is a sale when you have a qualified buyer. Uh-oh. There you said it, Jeff. You said it. And that's why all my people, okay, they're different. I love this conversation. My people in my area, they're different here, Jeff. You know how many times I've heard this? And I'm not just talking about in multi-level marketing. You know how many different clubs I had across the United States, health clubs? And I would call the managers of every club all across the United States every night. Every night we did a conference call. And I go around I call the call and they give me their numbers for the day. And then afterwards, if someone had a bad day, I would call them to give them a pep talk before they went to bed. Listen, don't worry, Jeff, listen, you don't understand. The people out here in Chicago, they're different than the people in California. California has it easier. They have a lot more money. They have a better demographic. And then I'd replace that person, right? Because if they had 3 bad months in a row, I would replace the manager. And I put another person that knew nothing different about the area. And that person would beat the volume in the person in California. The very same thing that person would say, my people are different. You switched the manager, and that manager would beat the club that person was talking about. It's a mindset. Tell me if this is not eye-opening, guys. On one person, getting them to team developer can mean from 700 points to 9450. Just by sitting down and showing them the value. So people say, Jeff, getting to diamond is hard. Okay, don't you both have 2 legs you're building? So if you did this and you got 1 TD here, 1 team developer on your left, and 1 team developer on your right, and everybody did this, aren't you basically, and you sponsored 1 person, 2 people, and you drove it down, aren't you diamond? Well, Jeff, that's batting 100%. Listen, let's just increase your average. I'm telling you, if you sit down and you present it, you're going to get more of them. I'm not suggesting everybody's going to get, okay, the top package with every single bell and whistle with every person. But I'm telling you, a lot of you have my point to this training, a lot of you have the base to go diamond. A lot of you have a base to go diamond. You just got to sit down with your people and you need to show them what I just showed you. When you bring people in, it's not that you just bring people in, you go, I got somebody. I know that's good for your psyche in the beginning. But just watch and I'm going to challenge all of you. Look at your percentages. Just look at what you have done in your entire organization and just look at your average. And if you increase your average 50%, I'm telling you, most of you would be platinum. You know what platinum is? $5,000. And a lot of you, most of you would be diamonds by making this little switch. when you bring somebody into the business. And it's just sitting down and showing them the value. That's all it is. Now, having said that, now you understand when we say put 5 team developers left, 5 team developers right. But now understand, if I'm really good, I could do it with much less people. You're attaching dollars to people towards your sales volume. You're a business person, guys. You're not just, if you're treating this like a business, then you treat it like a business. I'm a business person, and I know I'm going to do everything I say I'm going to do. And this is why you should never have a problem telling people, or at least showing them, why people start at the top level. Some of you don't even show it. You say, well, you saw it on the webinar. No, did you understand, Mary, the different packages? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, let me re-emphasize the different packages. And let me show you the value of why I'm giving you the right, because you're taking the leadership role. You're telling people, remember, tell people what to do and see if they do it. It doesn't mean if someone doesn't do the top package, you don't want them. You follow me? But just remember a couple of key points. The value is you. It's not the product. You got to believe enough in yourself to sit down with people. Because I have no problem, because I know I'm going to always try to live by. Now, God knows I'm not perfect. But I know if somebody needs my help, I'm going to be there. So what's the value of that? What's the value of having access to you 24/7? Is it worth someone buying a premium pack and getting on loyalty and buying some Biozen once? Really? See, this is where you got to increase your belief. And if you do it, right, it's just like, I keep going back to the health clubs. We had a membership called 7 days for $7. Then we had a membership that was $4,000. 7 days for $7. And some people would buy, all they would sell was 7 days for no belief. No belief. And then when I sat down with them and showed them, let me show you the value of the $4,000 package. And I want to show you how to really showcase the club. So you feel comfortable at least presenting it. And if I got most of my managers to at least present the top package, they got the middle package. Do you follow me? They didn't start this. There was 7 days for $7. There was a package for $1,800 and a package for $4,000. Just by getting them to present the higher package, they got way more middle packages and a lot of 4,000s. And they sold very little 7 days for $7. See, this is where I'm taking you guys. Same thing. You got 3 packages to choose from, right? Well, why would somebody start, really, why would somebody start with a single Helo, with no loyalty and no Biozen? Let's just say you were selling the single pack and you added loyalty and you added Biozen. Okay, you bought the single pack. Well, you just took your 100 points to 630. 6 times less people to get to diamond. Watch what happens to your organization. If everybody moved away and started selling more of the middle packages, because that's what happens. The middle packages go way up because people go, I'll do the middle one. And then you sell a lot more top packages. You guys, remember, you're getting people started right. That's it. So this is what I want you to know. It's based on you. Do I want everybody on this team, right? If I got this person to team developer, isn't it amazing that that's 700 points to 9450? 700 to 9450. when I was just really because all I did was play with the numbers. See, Lisa's the number girl. When I sat down to this morning, I got up early. I go, oh my gosh, just getting someone to team developer. I'm almost diamond. Okay, now make sense? Perfect. Now let me show you how to create the excitement and what people are getting, because everybody here, and I know you guys have seen this 1,000 times, I don't care, okay? Because I want you guys to be focused in, because I don't feel, because I really believe someone needs all the product. So when you're going out there, yeah, you're showing this, right? Now, let me help you with this. If someone buys a premium pack, let's say they have no family, they don't want to give anybody else a helo. They're just going on it. Because how many times you've heard this? I don't know what I'm going to do with the other helos. Okay, I know, Lise. But I'm not even going to go through that. You could do that next, okay? You get 5 helos, 1 free, right? So you got 6 helos. So you're telling me now, you're sitting down with a person, this is almost comical. You're sitting down with the person and the person's telling you, and you say, Mary, tell me what amount of money you need to earn here to really take this seriously. How much amount of money is going to make a difference in your life? Not what you want, how much money is going to make a difference? Well, if I can make an extra $4,000 a month, okay, Mary, that's $1,000 a week. Now, based on that, we got to do 5,000 points a week, right? 20% of 5,000, right? In your group, we got to do $5,000. And we're going to show, I'm going to map that out how easy that is. So this is my business plan, Mary. So obviously, if we're doing $5,000 a week, can you see how your first people that you're bringing in, or the consumers that come in, we're going to move your first 5 helos? If we're going to do 5,000 a week, how are we not going to move 5 helos? Do you understand these helos? I could use them. I could sample them. I could sell them. That's cash. So if she's really struggling to do her premium pack, then work with her to help her move the first 5 helos. If that's going to be a real concern, Mary, if I showed you how to sell, what's 500, 5 times 319? Is that not $1,600, $1,550? So I'm going to show you how to recoup. I'm going to show you how to recoup $1,600, right? Put that back in your pocket. And now, what did it really cost you? It cost you a box set. I just showed you how to start your business at the premium pack where I'm not saying this to them, I got my 800 points. And now I'm just going to tell her, sell the 5 products, recoup your cash. You got to find out what you got. You got to find, now that person goes, okay, now that I know that, I will start with the premium pack, Jeff. If I could sell my product, of course you could sell your product. That's your product. Do what you want with it. How many times you guys heard me say it? Sell it, use it, sample it. Some people, you know how many people I've had start with a premium pack that say, hey, Jeff, I'm just going to get my mom, my sister, I want everybody. I'm not worried about that. I understand business. And I want everybody marketing my product because my family and friends aren't going to do network marketing, but damn it, they're going to be marketing my company for me. It's just getting people to think. I know mom and dad aren't going to do it. They're 90. But I want mom and dad to have the helo on their wrist. That's free marketing. Would you give somebody a helo that costs you $319 where they can market wherever they go? Think about what that's worth. Do you ever see buses with all the advertisement on it? Or park benches? Or anywhere you go, there's advertisement. Why? Because it's in people. Well, if you have somebody, you just gave them a helo, and wherever that person goes, how many times, now I know you're not going to do the business, Steve, I know you're my best friend and you think multi-level marketing is a scam, but here's a helo. I want you to wear this for me. You're my best friend because you're going to be able to monitor all your vitals. This is on me. What is that worth, that free advertisement? And when somebody asks you what that is, just give them my card. Wonder how much business you did if you gave away every single helo and you told that person when somebody asks, because they're going to be asking, to give them my card. Free marketing. I could spin this any way you want, guys. Listen, here's the message today. Take the time and do the presentation. That's it. Walk them through why people do this. Same thing with the BioZen. You're telling me it's something that protects you from radiation? You can't sell 30 BioZen? Charge whatever you want to charge to recoup your cash? Doesn't every business start with initial inventory? Am I missing something? If you bought any type of business, you got initial inventory because you're banking on, I'm going to move that product. Well, we're not adding zeros to these numbers. It's not 19,999 in inventory before you become flush, or $199,000 in inventory before you become. It's $2,000. How are you going to become financially independent if you can't move $2,000 in product? You see, this is the mentality. Now, add to it. Are you kidding me now? Add to it, because I'm getting nuts. Add to it really what they're buying. Oh, here's that slide again. Yes, here's the slide again. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Understand this is what you're really selling. How do you get, wait, what? How do you get the SV if sale the extra helos not from the store? You sold the higher package. You took the SV up front. When you sold the premium pack, you took the SV up front. Now you're just helping them move the product. That's a consumer when they move the product. That's not someone doing the network marketing. They're just moving the product and selling it. Okay, I hope you guys got that. Okay, got it. Okay, good, perfect. All right, now, this is what you're really selling. Because the product is like, to me, the product is like, oh yeah, by the way, and I know you've seen this 1,000 times, guys, but I'm going to close up with this. You need to spend more time with people when you bring them in. You need to show them really what they're getting. They're getting an opportunity to own their own business. Do you understand? And they could talk to their own tax accountants. Okay, based on buying initial inventory, that could be a write-off. That's a write-off. I started a business. My business needed this. This is why I bought this package. And they could talk to their own accountants. Okay, but I'm telling you, what would that be worth? I have no employees. Think about this. I'm going to sit down. Now, this is where you take them away. I did this training the other day, away from spending. What's the most they're going to spend? $3,300. I know you got to get used to it. Say it to yourself in the mirror. 3,300, 3,300, 3,300. Really? Do you know what people spend $3,300 on? Think about what people spend money on. Really? And I'm showing them this, they're going to get a full business and they got me 24/7 and all these different benefits. Okay, think about this. What happens though to the person that buys out of the personal premium pack? Do those people just become customers, or at least, what do you want to show, Lise? Okay, but I don't want to go into that. Lisa's going to do a training on that, guys. I'm giving you the concept. These are customers. These are customers of the product. Don't get off track. Understand the message today. Okay? And the message, I'm big, Lisa will go into semantics on Monday. Okay? On how to do it. But bottom line is, if I have a product, I could sell them it, get it activated, boom. And I took the SV up front. Okay? own your own business, immediate income. This is where you take them away from what this is about. If I'm going to sit down with you, Mary, and show you how to make $1,000 a week, that's $4,000 a month. Now, I'm getting her to think about at $4,000 a month. I'm not thinking about her spending for, I'm getting her to think about earning for. How many people understand making money takes money? Well, that's called business. I'm telling you, it's not about the $4,000. I'm rounding up. It's not about the 4,000. It's what the value is for the 4,000. And a lot of us, all you're talking about is, I get a helo. I haven't even gone into the ATM aspect of this with the person. I could go another hour on that. I talk about increasing value. The ATM with the App Store associated with this, really showing the person what this is going to mean and getting helos on wrist into the future. You really think they're going to be thinking about the premium pack? You got to get them to expand beyond spending money. It's about earning money. It's about getting out of the situation, Mary, that you told me you didn't want to be in. You said you worked there 20 years, you haven't got a raise in 5, and you're actually now making less because the company went to a corporate downsizing mode. Let's get you out of that mess. You think she's thinking about $4,000? No. No. Mary, that company you've been with for 20 years, if you left there tomorrow, how long could you keep your same standard of living? Are you kidding? I'm going to have to work till I'm 100. Okay, you need residual income. This is the ATM machine. And I start thinking about residual income and retirement and planning for the future. Do you think they're thinking about the premium pack that they can't afford? How many things do we buy that we can't afford? This country was built on it. How many people would live the type of lifestyle that they live without credit? Think. Nobody. If you had to pay cash for everything your whole life, how many things would you really have? And how many of those things that you bought that you could not afford makes you money? None, but we do it every day. You talk about insanity, and now you're saying, oh, my person's different here in this part of the world. They could only do a single pack. They're different here, Jeff. Same person who's flying to Hawaii the next week and put $5,000 on a credit card because I deserve my vacation. You're buying into their excuses. And what is the training and leverage and system work? What is this worth every day? Think. People will spend $1,500 to $5,000 to go see Tony Robbins for 2 days. Why? I'm going to get empowered. Damn it, I empower people every day. And so do you. That's what you do. Now, is this worth a premium pack? Don't worry about the semantics. Know your value, everyone. You're the value. It's not the premium pack. Now, tell me now if this is not something that you'll at least present. Please humor me, because you now understand the value of what you're offering. And guys, I'm telling you, we could go 4 hours on this. In fact, that's what I'm doing, a segment on this in Denver. I'm just writing this down, okay? Because this is what people have to understand if they want to build a business. Okay, now, hang on. Yes, you sure do. Okay, well, thank you. Okay. Exactly. If you don't present it, who's going to buy it? They don't even, some people that don't even know it exists. Here, I heard somebody say this. I overheard them. And they said when they do when they do the webinar and they see the different packages, they don't even acknowledge the other 2 packages because they're so excited to get somebody in. I get it. I understand where you are. I'm trying to take you to the next level. That's all. Okay. Yes, you will be crazy if you don't present it. But know what you're presenting, guys. You are the financial advisor, okay, for somebody making a decision to start their company. And if you don't believe people need all the product, they won't. And that's why I say, normally what you did, you'll feel comfortable presenting. And that's what you'll duplicate. But that's why I want to show you. Look at, if you got one team developer left that you developed and one team developer right that bought the highest pack, you're diamond. So we know you could do it with 2 and 2. And then we say, okay, one more thing. Because some of you guys got to run for this, because I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to get your upline leader to their next level. Let me tell you why, okay? You need to get your upline leader to the next level, so understand why that's important. I know I'm going on and on. Okay, see this platinum? See this platinum? Let's say you're underneath somebody that wants to get to diamond. Well, if you did 5,000 of their 10,000, does that not help them? Well, I'm not doing it for them. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because we're going to do the same thing for you. Understand, guys, if you have 10 people in your group, 10 people, 10 total people, and you showed them all to get to platinum, what's 10 times 5? You're president. If you had 5 people on your left and 5 people on your right, and you got all those people focusing on this training, just to go out there and do $5,000 in business this week, you're president. Is that amazing? You want to get to diamond? Okay, 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right to platinum. To platinum? All I have to do is you get 2 people just to get the middle packages. And you're a diamond. Presentation mentality, similar to selling your home. We don't list a home asking for the bottom of the market range. We ask that. You guys, you can make the analogies all day long. Yes. Look at the situations out there and how people show value. Okay, guarantee you, if you look at any type of advertisement on Sunday newspapers, they're going to show you the bare minimum, right? Or a car, the bare minimum with no features, but you go there, they upsell you. They don't say, well, the people in this area could only afford this car. There's only one of those cars available in the thing they advertise. You know that? One. Anyway, I think we have something way better to sell. We got a company that's in the perfect storm. Okay, we have, you guys, I'm going to do a whole training on this. And you tell me if you won't just be getting premium packs like crazy. People should even be able to enter into the business with what we're offering without a premium pack. That's got to be your mentality. Doesn't mean, don't misunderstand me, guys. If someone could only do what they do, all I want you to do at this point is present it and know what you're presenting. Appreciate all of you. Denver, can't wait to get there. And look forward to seeing everybody. Guys, thank you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you, Jeff.
Bye.